All right, hello Gallatin County. Commissioner Scott MacFarlane here for our weekly check-in with you about what's happened in the past week and what's coming up next week. Monday morning, our general work session, we had some general discussions about budget parameters. The budget season is pretty long and involved a lot of meetings, so just general discussion about our schedule, the parameters we want to have around the way that we're going to digest all this information and the way we're going to keep it kind of interesting and digestible for the public. We entertained a couple requests for letters of support. One letter of support request from MDT for grant funds they're pursuing for the intersection improvements at Jackrabbit and the railroad in Belgrade, which I know is a big topic of interest for people in Belgrade. That has nothing to do with the completion of that project. It's a fully funded project and of no concern to anyone that it wouldn't get done if they don't get this grant. It's just additional grant funds that are available from the feds for planning. And we also saw a request for a letter of support for community health partners in their work in West Yellowstone. The West Yellowstone City Council is currently renewing their contracts for clinic services in their city, and we were happy to provide a letter expressing how good a partner Community Health Partners has been with the county over the years. That same Monday afternoon, county attorney meeting, mostly was discussion about the repercussions of House Bill 257 and its complications with our compliance and planning department and some of the outcomes. We're still kind of stress testing the new law about how that affects our compliance and enforcement actions that we have in the county with land use. We also discussed in that meeting another interlocal agreement with Big Sky Parks District, which is an interlocal between Madison County, Gallatin County, and the Resort Tax District up in Big Sky. Tuesday, our big regular commission meeting, the item of greatest concern in that for most people was the City-County Board of Health Interlocal Agreement. We passed and signed as one of the three parties on that agreement on Tuesday. Belgrade City happened to have done theirs Monday, and they passed and signed it as well. So it is off to the city of Bozeman, and we don't have that. We don't know exactly what day they plan to have it as a hearing on their schedule yet, but when we find out, you'll hear in this video or you'll see on the City Commission website as well. Wednesday afternoon, we met with the Chronicle Editorial Board. That's something we do every quarter. We had a great conversation with the editorial board, the three of us, and the general topic of discussion there was also this interlocal agreement for the Board of Health, City County Board of Health. And we also talked about a little bit of what I referred to before, that HB 257 implications with enforcement and land use. Moving on to next week, we won't have a county attorney meeting next week, so we'll just have our general Monday morning work session. And looking at that agenda right now, there's really nothing of that much interest happening on that I feel like you guys want to really hear about. So Tuesday, our general public commission meeting on Tuesday will have something I think people find interesting. We're finally opening bids for paving of a large parking lot at the regional park, at the dog park, which I think is something everybody's been waiting for. It's especially in mud season, I know is right at the top of everyone's mind that we could use some paved parking at that regional park. We're kind of excited about that. You'll also see a couple minor subdivision discussions. The first one is a final plat application for Foster Creek minor subdivision, which is out in an unzoned part of the county. It's just a 4-lot minor. But there's also a preliminary plat application for Hartel minor subdivision, which is a subdivision just north of Monforton School in Four Corners. Wednesday, the commission is going to take a tour of a new proposed connection trail between the Manhattan Trail System and the Headwaters Trail System. It's something the community of Manhattan's been looking forward to for a long time, and a lot of people have worked really hard, and we're getting to where we are actually going to see this trail developed. So we're going to go take a tour of that, which is pretty exciting. And then that Wednesday evening, the County Commission will participate in an elected officials roundtable. This roundtable is a concept that came out of the Planning Coordination Committee, the Triangle PCC. That Triangle Planning Coordination Committee as an outcome described this quarterly meeting that would be this elected officials roundtable, where we would get together and discuss things of mutual importance between three jurisdictions in the Triangle. The agenda for this meeting is mostly going to be discussion around housing and then some infrastructure development activities we have going on. One, how our valley becoming a metropolitan planning organization because of the new census, how that's going to affect Planning Coordination Committee and the regional planning, and then also the status of our regional water and sewer study that we're doing. We've all gotten together to participate on scoping and kind of conceptualizing around what a regional wastewater system would look like. That discussion is going to be a virtual meeting, and links to it in all 3 jurisdictions' websites on the county calendar, and that will be facilitated by Miss Jennifer Boyer. And then Friday, which is April 1st, is a Board of Health meeting. So that takes us into next month, and that kind of describes what's going on next week. We always love to point people to our website, so you can find all kinds of information on our website, including calendars and agendas, and kind of keep up to date with what's going on. On that homepage, we keep right in the middle there, a topic of great interest, the development at the courts building at the Law and Justice Center. So anything new that we have to tell people about that development at the Law and Justice Center and the courts building is right there on the homepage. And like always, if you would like to contact the commission, you can always email at us at commission@gallatin.mt.gov or call 582-3000. Thank you. See you next week.